All right. We're coming back online. Yep, it looks like we're coming back online. We just lost everybody that I had. All right. So, I think that this was a successful test to showcase everybody. I know that everybody that I was able to get on. I wanted to be able to bring some of my patrons on here, and we did that. Unfortunately, my internet crashed for about 2 minutes. I have no idea why. And I had to reboot the modem. And got the modem rebooted, and now we're back up and running. So let me try something really quick. All right. Just trying to get everything fixed. That was kind of a weird situation. Who do I have back on?
This is Nathan. I'm back on if you can hear me.
Yep, I can hear you. All right. No, my internet dropped out of nowhere. Just kind of went boop. It said nope.
I just had to take a work call real quick, and it came back 5 minutes later, and suddenly I'm the only one in the call. I was worried for a second I had forgotten to mute my mic, so the rest of you had to leave, so I would shut up.
Yeah, no, we were like, yeah, we don't want him on here, so we left. No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. That's understandable.
Yeah, no, we were just chatting. If you want to hit up the questions again, I know everybody's like, dude, you got lost. But yeah, my internet crashed. That's just kind of what happens. Sorry about that.
Lost.
Yeah, Ewokin says, what's happening? What's happening, Ewokin? All right.
Someone asked, the ship launched last November. We were in May, and Millennium Falcon is still stuck behind a paywall. Will CG ever make it farmable? It might be one of those premium ships that we might never get in the regular shop. Can I also mention for a second how terrible it is that the first Millennium Falcon they put out does not have Han Solo as a captain?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Totally. I completely agree. I think it was just the relevance of the movie recently as to why, but I mean, I'm just creating justification for them, and I don't agree with it either. So yeah, they should have done the original, but it's for the same reason that that we don't have Luke. Not Farm Boy Luke. I'm talking about real Luke, Luke Skywalker with a lightsaber.
Probably the other justification is that Rey and I believe Finn is the other captain for that one, are relatively easy characters to get, while the actual Han, if they didn't want to use Stormtrooper Han, they want to use the actual Han Solo, is one of the more difficult characters in the game to unlock all the way.
Yeah, he is, but I think that they should have done it with him. Mm-hmm. The original. I'm resizing the screen. It looks terrible. It was all messed up and cut off. I don't know why it does that. Everything's set up perfectly and then it just all falls apart. But that's all right.
The Colts fan is Vay's Bible at 3 stars, and should I mod him for health? Yes to the first question. And in my opinion, I don't know how much evidence there is, yes for the second question as well, because he's going to have a lot of heal over time effects in congruence with Chirrut. So once they actually get through his protection, however much he is, and start hitting his health, he's going to be regenerating at a very fast rate as they hit it.
Yep, I totally agree. Health is excellent. That's one of those mods that you can get right off the bat, and everybody's like, oh, I can't wait till I can get the other mods. But you can build with all health mods, critical chance, critical damage, speed. You know what I mean? You can build what you want.
Honestly, the biggest thing is just finding those 30 or 20 speed primaries and the speed secondaries, and it doesn't matter as much until you get to the really high level what the type of mod it is, as long as it has that strong speed bonus for most characters.
That's true.
Now, Bays, of course, being the exception, which makes it weird to bring that up because we're talking about Bays, where you actually don't want speed because you want his taunt to last as long as possible out the gate.
Right. Hey, Scott, you're back. What's happening, Scott? He's all, I'm being quiet.
Hello, you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
No, I was on mute earlier because I was running around making breakfast. So I didn't think you wanted to hear that.
Oh, are you from New York?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I love it. That's awesome. Am I the only one that when I use Emperor Palpatine and I shock everybody, I do this with my fingers while I'm playing? You know, put my fingers up and act like I'm shocking people? Or am I just an idiot? And am I the only
I don't know if you're just an idiot, but I think you're the only one.
And then when I use Darth Nihilus and he does his Force Drain, I stick my same fingers out and I pull them back like I'm taking their soul while I'm playing the game. I get into this thing. I don't even care. That's how I do it. That's how Warrior rolls. Yeah, I totally use my right hand and I either put it out like I'm shocking someone or I pull those fingers back like I'm pulling their life force from their very body while I play. And it looks very funny. I hope nobody ever sees me in real life doing that, like while I'm at work or something. That would be weird. Hey, my 9th node is broke again. Yay. For a while it wasn't. It was not broken, and I was getting really terribly difficult teams. And this is kind of a reward for having an overpowered team, is getting a broken node 9, right?
Okay.
All right, next question.
Not seeing as many questions at the moment.
Cool.
Someone saying, does anyone have any tips for beating light side hard 9B without having access to General Kenobi? Now, I personally haven't unlocked stage 9 yet, so I can't comment on the specifics of the node itself. But if you think that you really need General Kenobi to do it, one of the easier ways to do that is to just reach out to your guild, and chances are somebody that has all the nodes unlocked will be happy to run a General Kenobi lead for you, so it's available as an ally for you to play with.
Yep, and actually I did a video on the best free-to-play team to beat 9B. I'll be processing that video today and uploading it sometime in the next week. And it's Jedi. I hate to say it, but it's the very first pillar of the game. I always tell you about the 4 pillars of the game, how you've got to get your rebels and your Jedi and your droids and your Empire, right? Well, there's much more justification for that now, because Empire, obviously, you need really, really bad now for R2-D2 and with Jedi for your Yoda. But Jedi, pretty much all of them are hyper farmable. You can get all of them super easy. The only one that's not super easy is General Kenobi. So with that said, all you've got to do is borrow a General Kenobi and then have a Qui-Gon Jin lead. You don't even need the Zeta, but if you can get the Zeta, then awesome. And if you don't have a Qui-Gon Jin, you could always put in an all-counter Jedi team and either borrow a Qui-Gon Jinn Zeta or borrow the General Kenobi, whichever one you have access to. And a lot of people have the Qui-Gon Jinn Zeta, hopefully, in your team, if you've got that kind of a team. And so a counter Jedi team, 1, Jedi are tanky. 2, they're going to counter a lot, most of them, and when you give them the I'm a Gundai lead, which, by the way, he is free to play and farmable, that team is going to smoke those nodes. So if you don't have a counter Jedi team, that is probably the first team I would focus on for that node as free to play. If you don't like Jedi, then you're going to be tough, because the rebels, they die. They just keep dying, and everyone has rebels, right? Everyone's got a great rebel team, but then they die at the 3rd or 2nd phase and they can't 3-star it. It's the Jedi teams that I see that are free to play that can easily 3-star those nodes. So hopefully that helps, and the video will be coming out soon. So
somebody asking if they could spend gems on Nihilus shards. I think if you want to buy a premium character and you want to buy only one, because if you want to buy 2, I think it should be Chase. But if you specifically just want to get one, Nihilus is probably your best option right now.
Yeah, Darth Nihilus is probably the best option, in my opinion, as well, for sure.
Let's see. Someone asked, team for Emperor at low level. If you could clarify that question, are you asking about the best team to get Emperor when you're at a low level, or the best team to throw him into?
Yeah, they'll probably follow up on that, but Emperor Palpatine works really great with Rebels. A lot of people don't think of that. Oh, actually, a lot of people do think of that, but there's more people that don't use him because they're sold out for Rebels, and they're like, I'm not going to use him. But the answer should be why not, because he's a great anti-Rebel, and if you're using Rebels, more than likely there are many other people on your leaderboard using Rebels.
Absolutely. I'm currently usually been floating in the top 10, top 15 in my arena for the last week, and that's with a Wedge lead, Wiggs Chase, and now Emperor Palpatine. Now that I got him. Now, granted, I have a 4-star Nihilus, so it still might be correct for me to be using him, but I like MP now that I got him unlocked.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and Kylo Ren's one of those standalones. He's fun. He just takes a while to farm, and he's on the higher Cantina nodes, so. Anybody? My Darth Maul is going to town, killing everybody on my last couple nodes. Just one hit wondering. Let's slow this thing down. Wop wop. Gains 20,000 life every time he hits someone. That's so awesome.
Someone's asking how you get broken Galactic War nodes. So the way Galactic War nodes works is that it goes based off the total power of your arena team, and then depending on what node you're on, tries to get a team that's X amount higher than that. So when you get an extremely high arena team and there is no X amount higher than that, it breaks the node and causes it to just throw in some low-level characters.
Exactly. Wow, are you do you have like a massive tornado happening in the background? Sounds like a tornado siren.
I apologize. Let me mute.
Oh, it's all good.
Right down the street from the fire station.
That's hilarious. No, it's all good, dude. He's taken off, but no, it sounded like you were in a tornado shelter or something.
It sounds very like that, but no, that's just the alarm to let everyone know locally that the truck's about to roll out and to be watching out for it to get out of its way.
That's smart. So if anybody is looking at getting Shard Shop currency and they're not sure how to get Shard Shop currency the fastest, it's not a huge benefit, but it's a little bit bigger benefit. Buy these ships that you already have. Buy the currency for the ships because you get 19 instead of 15 per shard. So if you buy the ships, you get a little bit more if you buy them with that. So just a thought. I do that. So when I convert, I get a little bit more to convert.
Let's see. Someone asking, are there any great leads for Rebels besides Wedge? You can try Lando if you don't have Wedge yet. He gives, I believe, flat speed and critical chance, and of course speed is king in this game, but he's fallen off recently comparative to Wedge. Probably the best lead is Jen, but Jen needs to be placed in a very specific squad that's built around her leadership ability,
and you gotta have a Zeta. You gotta have her Zeta if you want him to be durable, because she's just too squishy without that Zeta.
Yeah.
The protection regeneration. The stunning one is nice as well. I haven't done that one yet, which I need to, but man, I get caught up in the Zeta thing just like everybody else does, and I'm like, I think I'm going to do Qui-Gon Jin Zeta. What do you guys think? Why didn't everybody leave comments down below if I should Zeta Qui-Gon Jin and go to a Jedi team, and that way I can start to do some Jedi videos? What do you guys think? Leave them comments down below in the chat, because I think I just might actually do that.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I try not to think about Zetas because I think a lot of people, it takes so long to get the 20 materials together that they change their mind a dozen times between when they start getting their next Zeta and once they actually have it.
Yeah, by the time you save up for it, things change, and all of a sudden you're like, nope, I want to do this. I wanted to do the Darth Nihilus Unique like 2 months ago, and I'm still wanting to do it and haven't invested that in there.
See, someone asking, I'm trying to build a team to solo Rancor without Zeta. They're trying Gen, Rex, Baston, TFP, and Base. Any suggestions on improvement? Now, can't you still do pretty well on turn meter reduction with a Gen plus Tebow team in Heroic Rancor?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for free to play, one of the best teams is the good old fashioned team that everybody used to use, which is a Tebow lead for the stealth and the turn meter reduction. And then you use Qui-Gon Jin and Rex, which you can farm both of them. So you've got those 3 turn meters, and then you can use like 5s for speed down, but don't Omega his basic. And then you could also use Royal Guard if you wanted to for the speed down. So that we have that, and then TIE Fighter Pilot for tenacity down, and just the mad damage, plus he puts up his foresight. So honestly, the best free-to-play team, in my opinion, would be that. It would be a Tebow lead with them. But if you can get Biston or if you can get Jin, both of those are great additions into that free-to-play team that you can work. It's Jin. The problem with her is she's only in the one store, which is your guild store, and she only pops up occasionally. The old struggle back in the day was Rey, right? Everybody, there was no node. Rey didn't have a farming node like she has now, and she was in the store, and she was the most overpowered character in the game as far as damage, right? And everybody had a Qui-Gon Jinn lead, Rey, and a Royal Guard. That was actually kind of the like setup that everybody went with, and before that, droids, and then before that Poe. So there's been a lot of changing metas, but Rey was the struggle. When I first started, everybody had to get Rey, and it took 3-4 months to get her all the way up because it's hard to get to her.
Yeah. I just want to take a moment to say I just got my rewards from the Heroic Pit this morning.
Oh, yeah?
And I got a full piece of raid gear, the MK5 droid collar.
Dang. So the best piece of raid gear I personally ever got, and I'll show it to you if I can find it. Let me look in the game. I already put it on someone, but it's this piece right here. It's called a Mark III, the Bacta Gel piece. So it requires 242 pieces of salvage. It's the absolute singular worst piece in the game to get. There are pieces you can only get through raids. There are a bunch of really difficult pieces to get, and this requires 242 pieces. It's the absolute #1 worst piece. I got a fully crafted Mark III Bacta Gel. I was like, what? I was so excited. And then I proceeded to put it on the character like really, really fast. It was my Director Krennic. It was the last piece I needed to get Director Krennic to gear 11. And a lot of people are like, I thought you didn't like Director Krennic. You know what? I don't know yet. I got to try. Him, and you can't really showcase him well if you don't have him 7-star gear 11, right? So I'm working on him. He's in my favorites. Speaking of favorites, I've got Sith Trooper. In my favorites, I'm going for his shards. I've got Pow strictly for his shards because I'm going to 7 stars with him just for the purpose of 7-starring him. I'm doing Director Krennic, who's trying to gear and farm him. And then Snow Trooper, I'm 1 away from getting him to gear 11. I need another freaking stun cuff. That's what I've been farming for, is the stun cuffs. And then let's see, who else do I have in my favorites? Yoda, because I think I might do a Jedi team, and Yoda is someone I have not invested a ton of time in. Well, early on I did, but then I came in here about a week ago and I had all of his abilities at 3, and I was like, oh my god, I got to get his abilities up to 7. So I've been working this week to try and get his abilities up past 3. I've got him to 6, 5, and 6. So I'm getting there, but Yoda needs a Zeta too, and I'm like, crap, I don't have 2 Zetas, I only have 1. So working on him. What do you guys have, Scott, Nathan? What do you guys have in your favorites list? How about you, Scott? Do you have anything in your favorites list?
Well, I'm really concentrating on Phase 3 to had right now. So I got Royal Guard, I got the Emperor Palpatine, I have Sunfac. So that's what I'm really concentrating on right now.
Okay. Anybody specific that's kind of a side project that you're just like, I have to work on this guy this month?
Probably Rex, because I really haven't focused on him yet because I run Jedi.
So you run Jedi, huh?
Oh yeah, I just got the Qui-Gon Zeta last week.
I am sitting here staring at agility training, and I could Zeta it right now.
Do it.
Do it? Should I click on it? Let's see if I can get in live chat, if I can get 10 people to shout out to Zeta this agility training, I'll do it right now. I'm totally down for being completely publicly pushed into a decision.
Peer pressure. Do it. It's done. Peer pressure.
All right. Do. Everybody's still asking questions. They're like, "Shut up, Warrior. We're asking questions." Oh, that's hilarious. They're like, "What was you? Were you talking, Warrior? Shut up. I'm trying to ask a question here." Let's see, Warrior, I have a question. You said that in order to break the Galactic War, you have to put your max power team into Arena. How about putting a less powerful team in the Galactic War system, find stronger teams? But not quite so. So the only way you could kind of sandbag, I guess, is where he's going. The only way you can sandbag your Galactic War, and I did this actually on my alt account, and it works very well, is don't ever have a very high Arena team, ever, and have a higher secondary team for Galactic War. The team you have for Galactic War, be it your number one team. But to do that, that means you have to use characters that can have a much lower Galactic or Arena rating. And so that leaves you with like droids or maybe some underpowered rebels that might be overpowered in strength but underpowered in gear. That's really the only way to do it. And the truth be told, your Arena team, if it's good, you can use your Arena team actually for Galactic War, and if it's good enough, it doesn't matter what you face, you should be able to walk through it with that. The Rogue One team walks through really well. Darth Nihilus led works really good. Triple Cleanse works really good. The Resistance cuts through Galactic War like butter. So just find a team that you like and work towards them. And then, and the last one, Imperial Troopers, they were just reworked. They're freaking awesome. For Galactic War. I did a Galactic War run, walked all the way through Galactic War, just like a Rogue One team. Pretty awesome. I got, let's see, get in there. Don't know what that's about. Do it, Warrior. 1, 2, 3. I like turtles. Zeta R2. I already have Zeta R2'd. Or R2'd Zeta. What the? I think I had some Rex brownies. That's where the internet went off. You guys didn't know it, but yeah, I turned the internet off. I killed my live stream, and then I went into the kitchen and had a Rex brownie. Sorry about that, you guys. Do it, go Broncos. Do it. I think I have enough. So we're gonna do it, you guys. What do you think? Should I do it?
Oh yeah, definitely do it.
All right, here it is. Here it goes. Ha! I just did it. Agility training is Zeta. I officially have a frickin' Jedi team with Qui-Gon Jin as my leader. And let's go ahead and take a look at my Qui-Gon Jin, see what the heck I've got him at. 7-star, level 85, gear 11. He has 40,000 health and protection. He's at 213 speed. He's got 180 critical damage. Holy crap. I have never even checked him. His potency's at 91%. I think that's decent. His physical damage sucks, though. What the hell? That's not good. It's 2,400. His critical chance is at 44%, which is like primo. That's perfect. That's where you want. That's where you want all your characters at. 40 to 44%. So, and then the rest of it goes to critical damage. And then let's see. Armor, 22% for an attacker. That's about right. Special damage, over 4,000. And special critical, almost to 40%. So, hey, looking pretty good. Let's see how I modded him. I modded him like, I don't know, like a year ago. So, when mods first came out, I think I was still using him in my arena team. Let's see, I've got a critical chance and a critical damage set. And I got speed in the receiver. I've got critical chance in the hollow array triangle, and then I got potency in the multiplexer. You know, I could probably bring his potency down.
You don't need the potency. Yeah, you don't need the potency.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't need his potency's at 91%. Holy hell, I don't think I need that much. So I'll be switching that out for probably either protection or offense, but I'm guessing protection just to keep him around longer, right? That would be good. And then the circle, I have protection, of course, big bang for your buck, and the other two are the normal ones. But yeah, cool. So Qui-Gon is officially done. I have a Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn. I think my patrons will be happy. Should I switch him out, or should I keep in my General Kenobi? What do you guys think?
General Kenobi.
Okay, I'll leave my General Kenobi.
I don't have Kenobi yet, so I'm jealous. So
Absolutely, same here.
All right, I want to do an arena battle. I let my team fall overnight. I was at 9th. I want to fight. Let's see if I can find a Darth Maul team. I wanted to fight Darth Maul, but it's all Rex and Qui-Gon Jin leads right now. Oh no! Suck Me Penguin Get a Life is a friend of mine. We talk now all the time. I can't fight him on a live stream. He'd kill me. So he's the only Darth Maul in reach. Crazy. All right, why don't we attack Penguin? Because Penguin always gets my wrath. No, Penguin's a good guy. He's got an interesting, weird team-in right now, as always. All right, I'm going to need some help. Let's build this Jedi team. So we're going to use Qui-Gon Jinn. Let's find him. Dang, he's down there, though, because he's way down there. All right, and then General Kenobi. Gosh, you got to have him on the team, right? Because he's General freaking Kenobi. And then... Yep, and then we're going to throw in R2-D2, because we're just evil like that. And then I got 2 more slots, and I don't know if I should throw Yoda on. Honestly, I think I should throw a combination of... The next 2 should go to either Ayla Secura, Jedi Knight Anakin, or I have Ezra at 6 stars. What do you guys think of Ezra? You want to see Ezra?
I wasn't overly impressed really by any of the characters out of that squad, especially when they're not giving their bonuses to each other through the leadership.
It says, is that Chinese? Someone asked, is that Chinese? Yes, that's Chinese for penguin. So I put it... I kind of want
to see the Ayla Ezra combo.
Okay, so Ayla Secura, I got to find her. She's way up there. Okay, so I've got a Qui-Gon Jinn lead. I've got General freaking Kenobi. I've got R2-D2. By the way, R2-D2 and General Kenobi are sick together. They're terrible. I mean, it's disgusting what they can do together. I've got Ezra, and then the thing with Ezra is I've got him to 6 stars, but he's not farmable right now, so he's kind of a squishy character. And then I have Ayla, and I have Ayla who should be stunning the hell out of people. So, and I'm at almost 50,000 arena power, so pretty good. A couple people said Ayla for sure. So yeah, let's do Ayla. All right, we're gonna do this. By the way, the stream today seems to be other than my internet loss, seems to be pretty seamless. The lag and things like that don't seem to be an issue today. What do you guys think?
I haven't seen any problems.
Oh, 1 speed? I gotta fix that. Holy cow. All right. And... man, he does a lot of damage. He just, yeah. Let's get rid of the Rex. Boom, stun. Ayla stuns, man. She's such a stunner. Let's burn them alive, even if they're not anyone cool.
George asking when will
another stun.
Probably look at another 2 months or so on that.
Actually, all of them should come out into chromiums, yeah, in the next week or 2, and then they should become fully farmable in the next probably, yeah, two months. You're freaking right on. Let's do this, and let's do Ayla. No, we don't even need Ayla to do that. Bam! 17K from my... holy crap, did you guys see that? I had no idea that was even possible. What the frack?
I'm just on my phone. I'm not watching. So
oh my god. So I was going against Rex, and I did like 17,000 almost with my General Kenobi because he was called in to assist from Ezra. What the...
because that guarantees both to crit, correct?
Yeah, it's a guaranteed crit because he's an attacker. Well, actually, he's a tank, so he should have got the protection up, 40% protection up.
Oh, he did. Yeah, I see that.
Boom, stun. Look at Baze, dude. Oh my gosh, Baze is almost dead after that attack. Dude, Jedi. Oh my gosh, the new meta. No, everybody's gonna kill me. They're like, hey man, you just put a video out saying, oh my gosh, and Ezra just hit for 20 freaking thousand and took Baze out. Baze is done for. Crap. And oh, he hit twice. Holy cow, this is fun. Why didn't I do this earlier? Holy cow, this team is over freaking powered. Oh, let's stun him. Oh, I got another stun. Oh. boom! 24,000, 23,000 damage. Dudes, this is nuts. This is crazy. I hope you guys can watch this back and see. Let's stun this bastard. Boom! Kylo Ren stunned. I haven't even lost freaking protection hardly. This is sick. Oh, no, man. Triple cleanse teams are great, but oh, this is more fun than I've had in a long time, you guys. Let's call in General
Triple
Kenobi.
cleanse team.
Let's call in General Kenobi to attack Kylo Ren. Dang, they both attacked. That was like 30,000 between the two of them. Crap. 15 grand with General Kenobi. What the hell is going on? Oh my gosh. And stun Kylo. Oh, I didn't get the stun. Got the stun there. Man, I hardly even lost freaking protection on that team. This is crazy. You guys got to see this video back. None of you saw this battle? None of you saw this battle?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh.
I was watching it, but watching the stream and then being on this chat with the stream muted, it's about 20 seconds behind your voice for me.
Oh, really? Wow. Dang, man. I do not regret that Zeta at all. Whoa. That was absolutely amazing.
And Kenobi hitting that hard, I believe, has more to do with the Zeta than anything else, because I borrowed a Kenobi and he was hitting at 15,000, 16,000 for me in 9B.
Absolutely. I mean, you assume he's got your speed, probably with a 30 bonus, it's up over 200. So you're looking at 600 to 800 bonus offense from that Zeta.
Yep. And so Harunalop runs the same team. He's got R2-D2, General Kenobi, Qui-Gon Zeta lead, but he's using Jedi Knight Anakin and Yoda, whereas I'm using Ayla and Ezra. By the way, Ezra's 6-star, and everyone's like, why did you get her 6-star? Why did you get him 6-star? He was not free to play. You probably spent some money. The sad fact, this is gonna be my opportunity to go into the booth and talk about my sin. So I needed Omegas so bad at the time that I just picked a random character that was offering a possible Omega in his pack. And I just kept buying his pack until I had enough Omegas to do what I wanted to do. I spent like $50 freaking on a pack on Ezra, and I didn't even want Ezra. But now I'm looking back and I got a 6-star Ezra, and I'm like, freaking awesome.
6-star Ezra for that much is a pretty good deal.
I actually had 3 drops of 30. Like, for some reason, they had increased the odds or something, probably because they'd taken flack for previous packs. So I had a bunch of packs that were 5, but I also had a bunch that were for 30, and I was like, what the heck's happening? Why am I getting... And I got Omegas on at least 50% of those, which it says it's only a chance. And normally when they say it's a chance, that means you're not going to get it.
Zero.
Mystic Enigma says I have had some brownies today. Yeah, you guys missed it. I did it, and I liked it. The new meta. Question mark. What other player says, why other player says, suck me, Penguin? That's rude. You know what? It is kind of rude, but so what happens is Penguin on our leaderboard, all of us try and talk, chat. We try to help each other get number 1. We just try to be cool like that. And Penguin doesn't want any part of that. And he actually knows our timeouts or our payouts, and he snipes us or attempts to snipe us each day. A bit irritating. I mean, it's the game. It's what it is, so it's all good. But with the rest of everybody trying to... And then, of course, he refreshes like 3 times a day and has like 15 battles a day. I like it because that's kind of something I do, and I like to have a lot of theory crafting, and it gives me a lot of theory craft opportunities. But for other people on the Shard who are free to play and stuff like that, they're having a really, really, really hard time with it when they're constantly being bumped, and they just wish he would stop that. But that's part of the game. That's just the way it works. Andrew Cox, I'm telling Mom. That's my brother. He's gonna tattle on me. Dang it. Wake and Bake. I love Ezra with Ayla. Me too. I think that was awesome. Let's see what else. Running a full Rogue One team and having trouble with Maul teams with an assassin. Yeah, that's... The Sith Assassin made the Maul teams really hard to beat. That's for sure. Confess.
They all get to go first at least.
That's funny. Ross King says, am I the only one who thought Arnold and Warrior were the same person? What? That's crazy.
Not gonna lie, the first week or so.
For the first week or so, you did? Everybody's like, wow, Warriors got 2 channels. No. Let's see, man.
Their way to change your cleanup time now.
Yeah. No, Arnold and I are in the same Game Changers program, but that's about it. Arnold's got an excellent channel. He does 1 or 2 videos a week, and he focuses more on just in-depth reviews. I try to do in-depth reviews from time to time, but I try to do arena battles, theory crafting, try to do ships, make sure I'm doing ship videos as well to show people kind of the ships and what they should be doing there. Galactic War videos, how-to videos, farming guides. I try to cover the masses with everything. I try to always speak from a perspective of free to play and pay to play, so people can see if they spend money, what can they achieve, but also if they're not going to spend a penny, what route should they go. I use the term economy of motion, and that means that you want to make the most bang for your buck with the fewest amounts of investments in this particular game. And so there's that. So yeah, we're not the same person at all, but we do like hanging out with each other. We're going to get together for EA Play. That's coming up in June next month. Did you guys know that, EA Play? Anyone going?
No, I hadn't been paying attention to that.
Someone just said I should try Yoda instead of Ezra. If I get Yoda Zeta'd, then yes, I agree with that. But I don't have his Zeta yet. I just spent all my Zetas.
See, someone asked, what do you think of a Palpatine lead with Nihilus, Shore Trooper, Boda, and Death Trooper? That's fine. I'm not sure that Death Trooper really fits in that squad. He's not going to be as strong as he would be in a Trooper squad.
True, but Death Trooper is a standalone character, surprisingly. I don't know if people know that, but him by himself on any squad, him by himself on any squad is very, very, very strong. So he can, obviously, in an Imperial Trooper team, he hits for 20 to 50K. I mean, that's nuts. But even outside of that, once one person on the other team dies, he's putting up Deathmark, and Deathmark is a guaranteed kill, essentially, for anyone. And so he's kind of like Nihilus in that he can do a guaranteed kill by Deathmarking somebody that's not removable. And then also he got the grenade that can dispel, right? When you got a bunch of people that are having all the positive status effects, getting rid of all their positive status effects is always usable. It always will be. And then, of course, it increases their cooldowns, kind of like Darth Nihilus. So you get... tons of bang for your buck with him, and he's tanky. It's like he's 60,000 health and protection combined. So because he's a support. So he's a great standalone guy. I think he'd be good on that team. Palpatine lead would also boost him, so you're going to get even more benefit with that. And then Nihilus on any team's great. Boba on any team's great. Shore Trooper to make sure nobody takes your other characters out. But you have a tanky team. Palp, except for Palp, that would be the only non-tanky person.
And on that note, someone had also asked what team Emperor Palpatine fits into, and honestly, he's another one of those really can just fit in anywhere. You probably, if you want to optimize him in a random team, at least have a turn 0 tank to make sure that he's going to survive to hit his AoE, because he's one of the weaker characters out there defensively.
Yep, that's
someone says, I'm completely free to play. What would the best squad for Arena be? Lower levels, you probably just want to do free to play Rebels, which would be Wiggs, Lando, Stormtrooper, Han, and then add in Boba is a team that I see a lot in the 70 to 80 range on different servers.
That's the most powerful early on game that you can do is the Rebels. Wedge is the hard one to get. That's the guy that's really hard early on to get. So that's the one that everybody struggles with. But
yeah, it's 69 to 70 is when you really get him and can get 7 stars.
Yep. So I'm doing a ship battle. Since you guys can't see what I'm doing while you guys are chatting, I'm going to do a ship battle.
Someone asked Death Trooper over Royal Guard or TIE Fighter pilot. Assuming you're still talking about Arena, because that's the last time we were talking about Death Trooper. I definitely think Royal Guard has fallen out of favor in Arena and could be upgraded, and Death Trooper is certainly an upgrade. I'm not as sure on TIE Fighter pilot, but I haven't really tested that much with any of the dark side characters in Arena.
I don't know if you have a Palp lead, if you want to give up TIE Fighter pilot for Death Trooper. I like Death Trooper, don't get me wrong, but I'm just not sure you want to give up the TIE Fighter pilot who has ridiculous turn rate because of the Palp lead and the amount of crazy damage and the fact that he just kind of keeps himself from ever being hit with the constant foresight. He is squishy, obviously, but I don't know. I just think that you'd be better served with TIE Fighter Pilot. But if you're looking for a tankier defensive team, that might actually be the route to go. Who knows? You should try it out and see. Death Trooper's just one of those secrets for sure. He's a great guy.
Someone asked if Zeta is still worth it after the update, and I don't personally have a Zeta yet, but talking to people in my guilds, they're still being able. It's not as easy. You can't just auto it, but they're still able to get through Rancor solo with a Zeta lead from what I've seen. It's not as easy, and this is the way Zeta was originally meant to be.
Right. But they actually haven't fixed him. So they fixed it in phase 1 and 2. It looks like phase 3 is slightly bugged still, and it looks like phase 4 is really bugged still. Phase 4 is still messed up. So it looks like they know this. They're going to address it. No, I don't want them to address it because I have Darth Vader and I enjoy my I enjoy not having to worry about the Rancor and being able to solo it. But it sounds like that they got it partially fixed, not fully fixed, but he is going to be worth it. So I will say definitely Darth Vader will always be worth it. Even with him AKA fixed, he's still going to be worth it. For anybody who's afraid of, spending the time on him, I think he's absolutely going to be worth the investment no matter what.
So the gentleman that was asking about the free-to-play team followed up and said that he's about level 60, so Wedge really isn't an option.
Right.
In that case, you probably want the Lando lead. You said that you're working on Leia right now. You're going to switch to Stormtrooper Han. I definitely think I made that mistake personally. I got Leia 7-star first, but then very quickly she does nice damage, but she doesn't bring that much to an arena team with my experience.
Yeah.
And I took her out rather quickly.
True, but Leia's one of those kind of fun characters early on that you can get really quick and really fast. And for the early game, she does a lot of damage in relevance to the other characters. So there is that.
She does, but when you have to choose because they're both from the same spot and you have to pick between Leia and Stormtrooper Han early on, Stormtrooper Han is definitely the better of the two to pick.
That's true.
Especially right now if you want to find a way to be able to beat these teams that are whaling Chase early on without having to spend money, it's get Stormtrooper Han on the same team as Lando, and when Baze continually counterattacks, feeds the rest of your team an insane amount of turn meter and deals barely any damage to Stormtrooper Han, that lets Lando continue to use his AoE and you shred through teams like butter.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. What do you think, Scott? You're being quiet. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just walking back and forth. I agree with Stormtrooper Han. Believe it or not, I think he's getting, even without a rework, he's being used more and more lately than he has been in a couple of months.
Yeah.
P3. He's probably the most integral part of P3 because his taunt speeds everything up.
Yep. So a lot of people don't want to farm Chief Chirpa, and they hate Chief Chirpa, and they're like, how can I do a P3 team? It's the number one team that people ask me on. They're like, oh, I could do Rebels in phase 4 too, and I've got, Jedi for phase 1, but phase 3 is the one that they're always struggling with. And the answer to that is an Emperor Palpatine lead with a TIE Fighter pilot below him, because he's going to go ridiculous. You only need the TIE Fighter pilot really fast, but the faster your Emperor Palpatine, the better you'll do. And then you want 3 tanks. And one of those 3 tanks needs to be Royal Guard, and one of those 3 tanks needs to be Stormtrooper Han. The third tank can be anything, but those 4 are integral into that team, and you can do very, very well with that team. And you don't need Chief Chirpa. Chief Chirpa just makes it faster, quicker, easier as a leader, but most people don't invest a lot into Chief Chirpa, so he ends up dying. So he doesn't really provide any benefit other than a leadership benefit. And while that's good, if you can have 5 people that provide a more benefit in some way, it would be worth it to do it. So having 5s in there for speed down, and having Royal Guard for the auto taunt, and having Stormtrooper Han for the extra turn meter, and having TIE Fighter pilot for the tenacity down and the AoE and the ability block, and you want every character to kind of pull its weight when you're in a fight. And so Chief Chirpantine is great, the Chirpantine thing, but you can do it without him for sure. So for people that don't have him, don't worry about it. And then big gains.
The only good thing about Chirpa,
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just
I was
saying.
going to say the only good thing about Sherman. So,
Yeah, go for it.
this is your show. Go right ahead.
Go for it. Go for it. You're up.
I was going to say the only positive of Chirper is you really don't have to mod him or max him out for P3.
That's true, but then he just dies in the first round.
That's the only.
And you get no benefit from him other than his leadership. Whereas a third tank might get you additional benefits for longevity, as far as sticking around longer.
See, someone else is following up about free-to-play at a much higher level. He says that he currently has Zader with TIE Fighter Pilot, Boba, Emperor, and Nihilus, and he's hovering around rank 100 and wants to try to improve. I think you would do well to find a few more Sith and just slide them into the spot of Boba and TIE Fighter Pilot.
Yeah, and you can do a Sith team in Phase 3, and a Sith team in Phase 3 is super fun. You could get 1 million there with a good Sith team. Easy.
Oh, sorry, this wasn't about Phase 3. I was kind of
okay.
switching gears back to someone else asking about an arena team.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I know it's far from free-to-play, but the Phase 3 team, personally, that I'm looking at is Tebow, Jin, Chase, and TIE Fighter Pilot.
Yep. That'll work. Well, you don't want Chase for your Rebels team?
No, I was going to run the Rebels team as a more free-to-play Rebels team because I kind of built those concurrently where I have the Rogue One Rebels and I have the free-to-play Rebels at the same time. So I would have the Wigs lead probably with a Lando and a Leia in there.
That's a good option. I'm just doing my droids smuggling event. That's a kind of a silly event, but it's all right. It's sort of fun.
Someone asked, in what manner do you think that they'll release Jedi Luke? I think at this point, if Luke isn't the exciting character we get next month, they're going to have a riot on their hands.
Well, then expect a riot. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think that they're going to drag that thing out till the end of this year, honestly. It's like their one gem that they have left. They can bring other really cool stuff in the game, but that's kind of like, they dangle him in front of our face, and he's kind of the guy that keeps everybody playing. So I think they're going to continue to drag that along until the last, maybe in December or like November or something. And it probably
I wonder if there's a figure anywhere. Go ahead.
Oh, just go for it. You wonder if there's a figure what?
I wonder if there's a figure somewhere that we could theorize of the number of people that see the advertisement that shows Jedi Luke about half the time that's on the screen, and then they go and pick up the game and can't find him and get really upset about it.
I know, right? Someone had said, all you do is roster reviews. Go look on my channel and look up the last 6 videos. I don't think in the last 6 videos I have a roster review. I try to do 50-50. I do 50% roster reviews, 50% regular videos. Regular videos is in videos that, are educational and informational. So I find it funny, it's a video. If you want to watch it, watch it. If you don't, then don't. You don't have to watch the video. So it's really funny when people say, all you do is roster reviews. I think it's because I put so much content out that by the time they get caught up, they see a bunch of roster reviews and they're like, okay, I don't know. But I do a lot of roster reviews, and I do them because, to be honest, I get a lot of really, really positive feedback from people who say, I watched that roster review of so-and-so, and I learned so much, and now I'm doing that, and now I went from 250 in arena down to 100. And dude, those stories warm my belly like scotch in the evenings. So I do. I enjoy those stories. About 40% of the viewers that watch my stuff are actually subscribers, which is huge. That means that I have a very cultic following. People that watch most YouTubers, only about 15% of their views come from subscribers, and the others are new. So it means that I basically just have some really, really loyal followers who love my content and they watch it all. Trying to do my roster reviews a little differently. Have been making them a lot more strategized so they're not just cookie cutter. I ask the patrons what they want, and then I go specifically into what they've asked for. Sometimes they ask for a lot, and other times they don't ask for a whole lot, and I try to tailor it. And then I'm going to be bringing these roster reviews out a little bit like I'm going to be bunching them up a little bit more, so I'm not flooding my channel every single day with 2 videos every day. It's almost too much content for people to consume digitally. So what I'm going to do is probably have a day where I maybe release 4 roster reviews, and then people can kind of pick and choose, oh, there's a couple free to play, there's a couple non free to play, and they can kind of decide, am I a dolphin, a whale, free to play? Do I want to watch them all? Do I want to watch just the free to play one? And that way it doesn't feel maybe perceptually like I'm just doing nothing but roster reviews, because that's not the case. But let's see, what other questions do we have? I think I'm about ready to wrap up for the day. I actually have a lot of videos. I have 9 videos I have to build today, and those 9 videos are going to take about 4 hours left. I have about 4 hours left on those. Speaking of roster reviews. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Hey, you guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for hopping on, Nathan and Scott. I had fun having a couple patrons on here. We'll do it in the future, having patrons on to chat and socialize. It was fun playing my Galactic War in the background and a couple of battles and whatnot. So make sure you guys kind of check out my channel, check out all the videos that I've got, coming out. But most importantly, make sure you guys keep your gaming on. Warrior, out.